Good morning and welcome to a panel discussion that is carried out on the website decisiondelujo.com. Here we have conversations on various topics on management and academia. We'd love it if you would join us on a hashtag conversation on Twitter, which is hashtag decisiondelujo. And that's it, yeah. Today we have with us Anna Maria. She's a course mate of mine as well and a very, very experienced person in the space of HR. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you for inviting me, Kevin, and thank you for making me part of this amazing initiative.
You're absolutely welcome. We'd love to have you on board. To start it off, to kick this all off, tell us a little about yourself.
Wow, okay. I am Ana Maria Fernandez. I was born in Colombia, South America. However, I am French because of my grandmother. I have studied industrial engineering in my country, and then I won a scholarship to do a Master of Science in Industrial Engineering too. It was some years ago, not too much. And then I began my career in human resources. I began as a small analyst in the topics of knowledge management in a very recognized consumer goods company in Colombia. And then I began to grow in my professional life until I finished being the human resources director of the succursal of oil and gas company services in Colombia too. After that, I have decided finally to study something related with all my career, that is human resources, and that's the reason why I have chosen human resources and Lancaster University.
That is a very, very illustrious career so far. So you went from being an engineer to becoming an HR professional to becoming an HR director. So how did that switch happen? How did you move from engineering, and what strengths or what is the difference that you bring from engineering to HR?
Okay, in general, when you are an engineer, an industrial or manufacturing engineer, you learn to think different with a specific mental structure, thinking processes, how the things work, how all the processes are developed, how the goals of a company have to be achieved through those processes. And what I began to see during my career was that all those processes are full of people in different stages. So it made me think that at the end, the most important thing for working was the people and not the processors or the machines. So I have decided to focus my career and trying to do something for improve the quality of life and the balance of the people who works in companies such as me. So that's why I have decided to develop my career in human resources.
It's a very interesting point that you're bringing up. There's a debate today that happens in the HR world, that is the strategic importance of HR. As a person who's gone from the process and manufacturing side to the HR side, would you be able to comment on that? What would be the strategic role of HR today?
I think the most important thing that HR has to do in order to be strategic is to understand the business where you are moving right now. If you are in a manufacturing company or in an oil and gas company or in another kind of company, you really need to understand the business, understand the goals of that business, understand how the sales are made, how the profit is made, and then try to begin to understand how align the people's goals, the individual or the team's goals, to that strategy and to those goals in the short or in the long term. If you really achieve to do something like that in your company, HR is more than just a group of people who is in charge of paying the salaries of the people, and you think more in giving the company a real competitive advantage.
That's brilliant. Have you faced any challenges in accomplishing this?
Yes, of course, in some different stages of my career, but I remember the most recent one in the company I have been working before coming here to Lancaster. And in general, what I have seen is that the company has a very a strong lack of leadership and a strong lack of achieving the goals.
All right.
And at the end, what you notice is that leadership, for example, has a very strong link with the goals and the strategy of a business. So if leaders are able to understand what the business is about and to understand what kind of goals their people has to have in order to achieve those goals, everything works better. So at that time we noticed that we through different types of surveys, like the engagement survey you do yearly in most of the companies and things like that. We noticed that, and at the end what we did was different kinds of workshops to teach and the people how to understand the profit indicators, the EBITDA or the economic profit indicators or the order intake indicators of the company, in order to let them discover by themselves how the daily job is a very useful tool to improve a sale or to save some money or to win a business.
Interesting. So you're more or less creating a mirror for the people to reflect.
To reflect and to understand more the company where they are working.
That's nice. That's a brilliant idea. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
So what's the next step? Where are you going from here?
Well, right now I would like to try to continue my professional career in a different country than Colombia. In this case, I would like to work here in the United Kingdom. I think it's a very nice challenge in terms of language, in terms of culture, in terms of diversity for me. I think it will be very enriching for my career. So before going back to Colombia, or maybe I don't go back, I don't know, maybe I start my life in France, in my other nation, in my second nation. I would like to have some experience here in order to enrich me as a person and as a professional too.
We wish you the best of luck from decisiondeluxe.com.
Thank you so much.
So that's all for now. Anna, now if someone wants to get in touch with you, have more conversations with you, how would they do that?
You can find all my profile and contact me by LinkedIn. Here is my short name or my alias in LinkedIn.
Anna M. Fernandez 1.
That's it.
All right.
Or you can check this video or other videos of this amazing initiative and try to understand more about HR, more about management, and with different views of different people.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for being part of this conversation.
Thank you so much.
Like Anna correctly said, you can follow this conversation again, #decisiondelujo, or visit the website decisiondeluxe.com. Hope to hear from all of you.